All right, hey, Angular community. Thanks for coming to this live ng-conf event. We're here. It's Joe Eames and I, the ng-conf organizers, and then we've got two special guests. We got John Papa,
Hello.
and then we've got Deborah as well.
Hey.
So we're excited. We've been working on something, and I'm gonna pitch this over to Joe because he's been a lot of the mastermind behind this experiment that we've been working on that we're excited to unveil to everybody. So I'm going to pitch it off to you, Joe.
Yeah, we're doing this live event. We're going to launch we're going to talk about a couple of new things for ng-conf. One is our big secret project we've been working on for the last couple of months. And we're not going to say what that is yet. We're going to talk about a couple of other things first before we're going to announce it. But it's an idea that we came up with several months ago. We've been working on this for quite a while to try to put the systems in place that we can make this happen. And this is going to be our big launch event. If you happen to be a super close follower of the ng-conf Twitter account, you got an inappropriately or too soon launched view of it, sneak peek of it a couple weeks ago. So yeah, if you happen to be a super close follower of our Twitter account, we deleted the tweet and we removed the product, the item from online after we tweeted and launched it prematurely and realized, hey, we weren't ready to do that yet. So, but we're going to talk about that later. There's a couple of other items to talk about today first before we get into our big announcement.
All right, let's jump in.
Cool. So tickets went on sale today.
Yeah.
Cyber Monday tickets.
Yeah, a couple people got some on the YouTube channel. They're talking about it, so that's good.
Yeah,
I think most people ended up just. It's kind of like typical every year, you know. We release a big bunch of tickets round one, and they immediately disappear.
Right.
There's a big group of people waiting for those every year, and so they pretty much immediately just disappear. So I think a lot of people ended up with the same frustrations that we've always seen since the very first time we did this. This is our 6th year doing this, and to all those people, Joe sends you a special hug.
That's right. That's right. Do you remember what it was like year one? We had no idea tickets were going to sell so fast.
Yeah.
Right.
I did. Yeah, year one, we were hoping we might sell a couple, right?
Right. We had a huge argument 5 minutes before the launch.
I tried to quit the conference 5 minutes before the tickets went on sale.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dude, this is gonna be the worst, and I literally panic quit.
Right. He was trying to do a panic quit. It came down to there was 5 of us. It came down to the tie-breaking vote of this person saying
literally two of us were like, dude, 2 of us panic quitting. It was crazy.
Yeah. They wanted to cancel the whole thing, and it was pretty funny. So
and then like we're like, hey, let's just grab lunch and we'll sit here through lunch, and as tickets disappear one by one, we'll high five each other, and we put them on sale, and immediately we knew something was wrong because they were all marked as pending, and we're like, oh, we don't want them as pending, we want them as for sale. Turns out pending means that someone's in the process of buying them all. So they immediately disappeared, and it's been, and we didn't expect that. It's been like that every year. We don't know what to expect. We hope the business is good, but I mean, you never know. The best thing we can do to make sure that tickets sell good next year is to put on a killer conference this year. So that's why we always work so hard to make a killer event to help make each next event better. So.
Right.
So the same thing happened again this year. So hugs to everyone who didn't get one. Tickets go on sale. Another large group goes on sale on the 10th. Your expectation should probably be to get one in that group, just because it's also a large group of tickets like today. But I mean, we know kind of how many are going to sell out instantly, and there should be plenty next week.
Now we do have
14 days. Sorry.
We do have something for people that are watching, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
What do we have, Joe?
We do have a few more Cyber Monday tickets. We've got about 10 more.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe it's not exactly 10, maybe it's 8. That looks like it's 10.
It's 10.
It's 10. All right.
Yeah, it's 10.
So I think we should just put a link into the YouTube chat
Just YouTube chat it?
occasionally, right?
All right.
You could do that. You could throw a link into YouTube chat, and then
All
there's only 70 people watching, or is there more?
right. 70-ish, yeah. All right. We got one in there then. We got one in.
So
One
just,
down.
yeah, click on the link. And again, we apologize that the one thing that is frustrating about this is these online systems. You know, we're using a system called Tito, which is great in general. But there is always some problem where sometimes it seems like you've locked the ticket and then you go to check out and it's gone. And there's really, we wish there was something we can do about it. There really just isn't anything we can do about it.
Yeah. We had some people text us this morning frustrated with how our ticketing system works, and it's not our ticketing system. It's Tito. So we love Tito. We love Tito.
Absolutely. So it's a great third-party ticketing system, but
if you're doing an event and you're going to sell tickets, you should use Tito. It's awesome.
Right.
So that's one thing we need to talk about was ticket sales, right?
Right.
We had that this morning. More tickets go on sale on the 10th. Everyone should come excited to get on the 10th. But I will be honest, there is an easy, the most guaranteed way to get a ticket to ng-conf, and it's the freest way as well, is to speak at the event. Right?
Yeah.
And right now the call for papers is open. So anyone listening, if you've got a great idea, you should submit it. And if you have any questions about it, you want some help submitting, I know people like John are open to helping people with their talk ideas. Is that true, John?
Absolutely. Just hit me up on Twitter, direct message, and you can bounce ideas off me.
Yeah. And I know there's a couple other speakers from our conference in the past that you could reach out to. And then we also, if you email us at speakers@ng-conf.org, we're also here, 24/7 to help you out with any questions. So
yeah. And then I think we should definitely reiterate the fact that whatever help that you need in submitting talks, we are here for you.
Yeah. I'm going to post the link to that in the YouTube channel. Eames, can you talk about the speaker nomination form?
Ooh, speaker nomination form. I don't have the link. Are you going to put the link?
I'll get the link, but can you talk about it?
Yeah, so I just have the general basics, right? It's a form. You go in and you nominate people that you think should speak at ng-conf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's awesome. And it's a great way to get people. This is really important to us, that we feel like there's a lot of people out there that are too timid to think that they're good enough or whatever to speak at ng-conf, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? If you're willing to put in the time and the effort, then you are absolutely good enough to speak at ng-conf. So we've had all kinds of speakers, those with no experience, those with lots of experience, and people like John Papa who are just starting out.
Yep.
Speaking.
Former prison guards that are looking to get into the programming gig, right?
Yep. We got the expert speakers like Deborah Carrata and the newbies like John. So.
Yep. I'm going to post that speaker nomination. Everyone works with someone who's really smart. There's, most people have that person on their team, like kind of eerily clever and kind of carries the team. Those are, but a lot of times those people won't submit. And so that's who we're looking to get their names. And if you can work with us and give us their name, we'll email them and, say, hey, if you haven't thought about it, now might be the time to get your name in and come be part of our ng-conf community. So that's kind of the goal here.
And this is true of all conferences, but it's certainly worth reiterating, which is we are always looking for people who come from an underrepresented group in tech to come and speak. So if you're a member of an underrepresented group, whatever help that you might need in preparing and submitting a talk or whatever, we are here for. Even if that's brainstorming ideas on what to talk about or how to phrase and write out your actual talk submission, whatever it is, reach out to us. Speakers, it's speakers plural, right? At ng-conf.org.
Speakers, yep.
Speakers plural at ng-conf. Speakers with an S at ng-conf.org.
Yep.
And we will We will help you in tons of ways. We will handhold you through the entire process if necessary. There's so many people in the community that want to help out. We really need more submissions from those who are in underrepresented groups in tech.
Yep. I just threw another discount out there.
So the next thing I want to talk, are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
The next thing I want to talk about, which is kind of a new idea, this is a kind of a new announcement. This is not the big announcement. The big announcement is still coming.
Still coming.
But this is kind of a new thing that we're going to do. It's just an iteration, a small change that we've done from previous years. And I'm interested to see how what Deborah and John think of this. But every year we have, our format is 3 days. Wednesday, we have a big single track day. Friday, we have another big single track day. And we have this day, Thursday in the middle, that we call Fair Day, where there's 3, 4, sometimes 5 tracks going on, plus a lot of smaller rooms. It's really like a 10-track day. Tons of activities, some of them fun and most of them educational. And on those days, on Wednesday and Friday, we just do the short 20-minute and 5-minute talks, the regular old conference presentations you're used to. But on Thursday, on Fair Day, we do workshops, 1 and 2 hour
longer
workshops.
Talks. Yeah, longer stuff.
So in the past, a lot of those, we called them workshops, but they ended up being just basically longer talks, and
60-minute talks even.
Yeah. And what we want is for people on Fair Day, on Thursday, to come away with actually being able to do something. Normally the talks are, I see an idea, and maybe if I go back and watch the talk again multiple times, I might be able to actually learn how to do something. But at least as I watched the talk, I got an idea that something is possible, something I want to check into, whatever. That's usually what you get out of talks. We want our Fair Day workshops to be different. So this year we're starting a new thing where Fair Day workshops are going to have a prescribed format to them, where a minimum of 50% of the time of the workshop is going to be hands-on exercises for the attendees. So these workshops are going to be like the workshops, that you pay for, and you go all day long to these workshops. I want to learn how to, an intro to Angular, or I want to learn how to test, or whatever it is. It's like that, but it's just an hour long or 2 hours long. And the workshop presenters actually have to prepare actual exercises.
Is this being like Tony Horton and whatnot? We're doing Insanity and P90X on stage with everybody?
Exactly. Just like that. Like, you're going to learn, you're not going to see as much content in the 60 minutes as a 60-minute talk, but you're going to come out of that 60 minutes actually knowing how to do something. You will have practiced and learned how to do something. And that's what our workshops or the 120-minute talk. So that's what we're going to do this time. And it'll probably be one of a couple of formats. It'll be like 10 minutes of instruction, 10 minutes of practice, 4 times or 5 times. No, 4 times. What would that be? 80 minutes. So 10 minutes and 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So like that 3 times. That'll be an hour long, or 6 times if it's a 2-hour. Or maybe it'll be more like 15 minutes of instruction and 15 minutes of practice 4 times. Something like that. That's what we're going to be doing this year for workshops. And I'm really excited about that. I don't want to see just a longer talk. I want to see people actually coming out saying, I actually learned how to do something. I sat down on my computer, I coded up while I was watching the person, and I actually came away from ng-conf with knowing how to do something rather than just the ideas, which we get every year, obviously. But not only have I learned about new things, but I've actually learned how to do something. So that's our workshop format for this year.
Yeah, we're excited. It should be fun for a lot of people.
And therefore, we do need people to submit your ideas. If you've got, and think about this, you might think that 60 minutes is a long time, but when it comes time to, I'm going to teach you something and then I'm going to have you practice it twice, right? Like that sort of thing, you don't get very far. It's a much shorter thing. But if you have some idea on something that you can teach people how to do in 60 minutes and give them some opportunities to practice that, then we want you to submit to ng-conf. We want you to submit your ideas and come and present a workshop, 1 hour or 2-hour workshops with a really, like, I can already see John Papa doing, all right, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do live code sharing in Visual Studio Code, right? Like that's a great example of what a workshop could be. Or I'm going to teach you how to debug. A lot of people know that Visual Studio Code can debug their code, but they've never really walked through the process, right? Of actually hooking up VS Code to do their debugging. They're always just using the browser. So that would be another example of what a workshop could be, right?
We're taking all my ideas, Joe.
Right.
That's okay though.
Deborah Carrado, who's an expert on routing, and now you just done an NGRX course over at Pluralsight, right?
Yep.
Like I can already see all these some great 1 hour. I'm going to sit down and do something very specific in NGRX, right?
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
something very specific in routing. Cool ideas. So that's our small announcement. Have we been putting out links?
Yeah, I'm posting them in.
Okay.
Someone was faking us that the discounts weren't working, but they are.
Cool.
So I guess
All
we're
right.
to the point though, Joe.
Yeah, big one. Big announcement. Get this.
What we've been working on.
Yeah.
Where did this idea come from, Joe?
It's kind of one of those somebody says, hey, this is always a good idea to be doing this type of a thing, and then somebody else is thinking about that, saying, well, we can't do it that way, what about this? And eventually it comes around to the current incarnation that we actually all feel like, hey, this is a really good idea, we should move forward with this. So one of our staff members, Brooke Avery, is kind of the original person who came up with somewhat of the idea, and then Aaron and we did some talking about it and came up with what our current launch is. And so I'm really excited about it. In a sense, for me, this is like scratching my own itch, because at ng-conf I'm so busy, I don't get to watch all the talks. So I have to go back afterwards. And when we're talking about 3 days and one of the days has multiple tracks, way too many talks to watch. John, you watch all the talks from ng-conf, right? You've seen 100% of them every year.
I'd see a lot, not 100. No.
200?
Yeah. I watch them on video. I absolutely watch them on video, but not all of them. No.
Yep. And never, you're not sitting in the, what'd you say, Deborah? Sorry.
I was just laughing. I'd like to see him watch 200% of the talk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a big supporter. Big supporter.
And a lot of people are like John, hanging out in the hallways and not in the seats, right? Because that's what they enjoy at a conference. So
they're networking, yeah.
That's what I do. Yep.
We are today launching what we are calling ng-conf Minified.
Yep.
That's the brand name for it.
Yep. It's brand new. In a few years, everyone will have a Minified session.
Yeah.
So what it is, Joe? What's the ng-conf Minified?
So ng-conf Minified is, I wouldn't say 100% of the talks, because just we only have so much time and resources to go through, but we are going through the talks from ng-conf and producing edited down versions of them that are about 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
They're just long enough that you can get a lot of the information out, but they aren't the whole 20 minutes. That means that it's not everything for the talk, but but there is a lot of the talk. So it gives you enough to say, hey, I want to watch the whole 20-minute talk, or maybe I've seen enough out of this 3 to 4 minute version that I don't need to go and watch the whole entire thing, right? But it is it's a minified version of the talks from ng-conf. So we had invited John and Deborah to come on today because they are our first 2 guinea pigs.
I've been going a lot of things. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to be launching 2 a week until ng-conf starts, until ng-conf 2019. And we're launching, our first one is going to be John Papa's talk. Get ready for readable code from ng-conf 2018, and the second one we'll launch will be Deborah Carrada's talk. What is it? 10 things you didn't know about the router? 5 things? I can't remember.
I think it's N things.
That's right. N things. That's right. It was N things. I know it was 100% of things that I didn't know about the router.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that'll be our second talk, and then we'll just be putting out talks 2 a week until ng-conf 2019. There'll be a special playlist for this, and every week, twice a week, you can get on and check out a shortened version of a talk and see if maybe it's something you have, a talk you did see, but you need a refresher on it, but you don't want to spend a full 20 minutes watching a refresher. Maybe it's a talk you haven't seen and you weren't sure if you wanted to spend a full 20 minutes. You could sit down and just watch the 3-4 minute version of it and then decide whether or not you want to spend more time on it or not. We're excited. We hope that other conferences pick up this idea, although we will admit that it's not an easy thing to put together and get done.
No,
right?
it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get a chance, we made John's public this morning. I'm going to go ahead and share on the YouTube channel the link. 1 second. Joe shared it with me. It's right here. 1 sec. And on the YouTube channel, you can click on it and go check out our first ng-conf video minified. It's exciting, and we're thankful to John and Deborah for being our first stew. What do you, John? I mean, you've been on the stage a lot. Deborah, you've been on the stage a lot. What do you guys think about this idea of ng-conf minified?
I love the idea. I think being able to kind of have a live preview or not words, but voice and overview of a talk is much nicer than, just a paragraph of text to read and try to figure out if you'd want to watch the rest of the talk or not. So I love the idea as a way to quickly go through a whole bunch of talks and see which ones you really want to dive into.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's also cool. I haven't looked at this too close yet. If there was a link right in the description on the YouTube page to the full length version of the talk too. So like, as Deborah said, if you're watching one, you feel like, I'd like to watch more of that. You can click on it and kind of go right to it.
Right. So I've just made the playlist public. There's now an ng-conf playlist. It only has one video in it right now.
Did you share it?
I am going to post that into the comments there. So there's the playlist. I just put into the comments.
So someone's wanting to know how soon after the 2019 event will the minifieds be available?
We'll probably just continue this pattern of putting out 2 a week. There won't be the gap, right? We didn't start it immediately. We waited until here we are in November, and in November when we started on the 2018. So obviously on 2019, we're going to start the week after, maybe 2 weeks after at most. Yeah, we were trying to figure out how to uglify the minified versions. Did you see that comment? Yeah, I really thought it would be funny to use the word uglify in there somewhere, but I just thought it would be just a little bit too negative connotation, right? As much as uglify is a word that we use, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be ugly.
Yeah.
I have no choice.
You can make them the mangled versions, though.
Yeah, mangled. Oh gosh, that'd be pretty funny. A mangled version, just random pieces pulled out. I don't know what that would look like.
So are you going to have tiny minified versions of the speakers to hand out to?
Oh, that would be so cool.
We might have to actually.
Right.
Great idea.
Yep. So, yeah, the playlist is public. We need to make the video public. The videos works. It's just unlisted right at the moment.
Well,
I think this would be great too for like even the keynotes that you do, the multiple opening keynotes.
Why is it unlisted? Because it's not unlisted. Unless you gave me the link to the wrong one.
No. It works. It's just unlisted means that you can't search for it.
Which one? Deborah's or John's?
John's.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna publish both of them. We have a.
Oh, I just read the comments. That is so sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh, did somebody say something nice? on YouTube comments, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, really. Someone said that they could run prettier, but that I didn't need that. That was
oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody wants a free ticket.
Oh my God.
Dame on tube. Deborah doesn't need no prettier run on her. She's good.
No, I'm perfect.
It already ran. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah, expect over the next 6 months minified versions of your favorite ng-conf talks. We're going to be doing them in order of like most played, just because we have to prioritize them somehow. And then yeah, once ng-conf 2019 happens, we'll probably wait a few months and then start releasing those ones as well. So that's
we don't have a solid plan for that right now. We still won't get all the 2018 videos out by the time 2019 happens. So I don't know if we'll continue doing 2018 or we'll just stop there and switch to 2019 or what. But
yeah, we should mention that the people helping us with these minifieds are actually people from the community, which is humongous, and We
Right.
love the partners we get. I mean, people offer every year, and when we rarely find opportunities to let people in and help, but this was one of those things where it made a lot of sense, and the people who have been helping are great. They've been fantastic. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Anywho, all right. Well, that was our announcement. Thanks to everyone who got online and participated with us here. John and Deborah, thanks for being our first 2 test pilots on
Mm-hmm.
the Minified Edition.
Thanks for
Can't
having
wait to
us.
see it. I'm excited.
Yeah. And so everyone keep watching us. One thing I'm going to announce before this ends is we have traditionally we haven't been great at marketing. Is that true, Joe?
Sorry,
Yeah.
say that again, Aaron. You broke up.
We haven't been great at marketing. Like we're figuring it out as we go. And we've owned Twitter, but we've never really owned Facebook or our LinkedIn presence. And going forward, we've created Facebook and LinkedIn presences, and we're going to be giving away some free tickets on our Facebook page and on our LinkedIn page over the next few months. So if anyone's interested in helping us get some shares there, or just being a part of that, getting a free ticket over there, head over to our Facebook and check us out. Head over to our LinkedIn and check it out as well. So yeah, the other reason we decided to add LinkedIn is because we want our speakers to be able to add their speaking presence at ng-conf to their LinkedIn profiles. That's something that we've been lacking on. So anyway, help us out. Go connect with us on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So
Yep.
yeah. Okay, that's our announcement.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, John. Thanks, Deborah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Have a great day. Have a great rest of the Cyber Monday.
All right. Bye.